Hi guys, Nickelodeon here with Nickelodeon's gaming channel. I'm going to go ahead and start a new segment I think on my channel. I'm going to start calling it League School. It's basically going to teach new players the basics of League. And this is really, these rules really generally apply to any MOBA style game. MOBA being any multiplayer online battle arena game. These games being League of Legends, Smite, Heroes of New Earth, things like that. Alright? So we're going to go ahead and start with some basic terminology first so that you can get your framework in place. Alright? So let's start. Alright, so the first thing we're going to need is your lane assignments. Whenever you log into the game for the first time, you're going to see people calling top, mid, bot, Jung, stuff like that. Okay? That refers to these lane positions. Your top lane being here, your mid lane being here, your bot lane being here, your jungles being this area, in between the lanes. Okay? Now, the bot lane is generally occupied by the support and the AD carry. Now, we're going to go into that more in just a second here. I just wanted to go ahead and tell you what the lane positions are. Alright? Alright. Next is going to be some, like I said, basic terminology. We're going to start with attack, damage, carry, or ADC. They're going to be the champions that do most of their damage with their auto attacks. They're going to use their Q, W, E, and R skills in order to secure those kills. They're not going to be used to do damage generally. Hey, your AP carry is the exact opposite of that. Their attack damage or auto attacks do very little damage, but their skills do the majority of their damage. All right. Your CS or your farm. Now that is your last hitting minions in a wave in order to get gold, in order to buy items. Okay. A gank. Usually getting aid from another lane. Most oftentimes it's your jungler in order to kill the opposing team, an enemy on the opposing team. Okay, your ping or your MIA. Using the in-game ping system to alert or warn your team of changes in your lane. So the enemy opponent has gone missing. You're going to use the ping system, all right, and alert them. You see a gank coming. You see the enemy jungler. Any changes, you're just going to warn people and let them know. So vision will save lives. All right. KSing. Now you may hear this from some scumbag people on your team. I don't mean scumbag is a derogatory term. It's just the way some people are, unfortunately. All right. So you may accidentally last hit one of their enemy champions, kill them, get the gold for the kill, and the credit. That's called KSing. Whether it be intentional or accidental, you're going to get called on it. So the best thing to do is if it happens and you didn't mean to, is just apologize for it immediately. All right. To FF at 20 or forfeit. That means at the 20-minute mark, you feel the game is unwinnable, so you /FF to quit the game or to surrender. And CC or hard CC. That is a crowd control effect that disrupts the channeling of any ability. So Katarina's ult, where she spins around like a top, that's a hard CC to stop that. Okay, or Fiddlesticks' ult. Now I know you don't know who those characters are or what I'm talking about, but trust me, it'll make sense when you play a few games. All right. Now this is not by any means all of the terms. There's lots of them. There's a link right here on the page. If you want to go there, it'll be in the description below. This whole thing will actually be in the description, and check it out. All right. And that should be, then get yourself just familiar. You don't have to memorize it. Just get familiar with some of the basic terms. These are some of the more important ones that you'll see most often. All right. All right. And next is going to be your lane assignments. What generally is you're going to see in these lanes. Okay. This will help you to decide what champs to play and what position they should be played in. Okay? So your top lane is most oftentimes a bruiser. Bruiser meaning high hit points, high attack damage. Most of their attacks are going to come from their auto attacks. Most of the damage are going to be basically like an AD carry, but they're going to have a shit ton of hit points. All right, and they're going to have some form of CC. They're going to have a stun or a slow or a snare, something like that. Okay. Examples of these are Sion, Hecarim, and Irelia. Now you can see these names here. Be sure you go into the store or you can review those characters and you can see what I'm talking about. They have the in-game has a bunch of little videos to show you what each ability does. Okay, your mid lane, those are going to be your APCs or AP Centric Champs. They're going to usually have high AP damage, be Mage type characters, which means they're not going to have a whole lot of hit points, but they're going to hit hard with their abilities, their skills. Okay, good champs, you're going to see good examples of these are Annie, Cho'Gath, and Morgana. Okay, your jungles. Right now the current meta is Tanky. Tanky jungles. Generally they're going to have high hit points. They're going to have at least one good CC or a hard engage, or an engage, I mean, not a hard engage, an engage. They can be either AP or AD, so you really have to kind of pay attention to which one you're getting. Okay, examples of these are going to be Amumu, Sejuani, and Volibear. Okay, your ADCs, these are your high attack, damage, glass cannon type characters. They have low hit points, but they've traded off for high attack damage, which means their auto attacks are going to be devastating. Okay, and they're going to have one good escape move, generally to avoid a gank or to get out of a bad situation. Good examples of these characters are Jinx, Sivir, and Graves. All right, now third and the last, not necessarily the most important, but the last is going to be your support characters. These guys are going to have buffs, debuffs, heals, or you can even have a hard CC, which will disrupt everything. Bard being a prime example of that. Other good examples of this are Janna, Sona, and Leona. Okay, so this is your basic rundown of your lane setup, a basic rundown of your terminology and lane assignments. So another big thing is don't die ever to anyone for any reason. That's the worst thing that you could possibly do, because you're going to be, one, removed from the game. You're not going to be earning money for yourself. Two, you're not going to be there to help your team. And three, because it just looks bad. All right. I realize it's a lot of information to take in. All of this will be down in the section below. You can review it at your leisure, along with the link for that League of Legends wiki there for the terminology. I want to thank you all for joining me on the first day of League School. This video is just, like I said, just to get your feet wet, get some basic knowledge under your belt. Maybe, if you're an advanced player, you've learned something, I hope. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the Rift, guys. And thanks again. Nickelodeon signing off.